Kingdom Chics Reconstructed is all about the kingdom. Women, men, young adults, seasoned saints, or babes in Christ can join the conversation. We're just four Kingdom Chicks being reconstructed by God to share our thoughts and our perspectives on taboo topics that will provoke thought to edify the kingdom.
Hey guys, I'm Coach Tasha Delk. I help women who feel broken, who lack self-identity, and those who have low self-esteem. I help them to create an action plan to move forward with their healing to become their best selves. I am the owner and the CEO of Free Me Coaching, and this is where women break free to their true potential to become their most authentic selves. You can call me your identity coach. I desire for you to be bold, to be authentic, but most of all, to be you.
My name is ShontaJoseph, founder of She Wise. Our movement is to inspire women emotionally, physically, spiritually, and mentally. God has called me to encourage women in faith, to identify self, to grow in forgiveness, and to break generational curses. To be a successful Christian woman, we must have wisdom each and every day. Our motto is Proverbs 4:5-13.
What's good, my radical people? This is LaDena Chisum, aka Coach L of the Radical Life brand, your spiritual life coach, helping you to become unapologetically bold and purposely authentic. I don't push dreams, I push purpose. Let's break some generational cycles.
Hello, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of Kingdom Chics Reconstructed. I am your host, ShontaJoseph, founder of She Wise. And what we do on that platform, we basically just teach women how to use godly decisions when making hard choices and everything in that nature. Hey, Paris. Hey, sis. And I'm going to pass it on to Coach L.
Hey everybody, this is your girl Coach L. As you all know, I don't push dreams, I push purpose. My goal is to make sure that everyone could attest and understand, decree, and declare that they are unapologetically bold and purposely authentic. I'm all about purpose, y'all. Thank y'all for joining us.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Tasha, speaker, realtor. I can't find out how to share it on the page. I'm down here looking right now, but I cannot find it.
Go to Kingdom Chics Reconstructed.
Oh, okay.
Live when you share it on your page.
Okay. Girl, look, I'm a little late. All
Who
right.
is Miss Tasha Delk?
She said, "Who is Miss Tasha Delk?"
Oh, I introduced myself.
Speaker, realtor. That's it.
Yeah. Oh. So because y'all know I'm rebranding from Coach. So I'm rebranding from Coach because I don't want that just to be all that I am. I am, right now focused on being a realtor and a speaker. That's where God has me, the season that God has me in. So I have to make sure that I'm being obedient. So yes, realtor, speaker, that's me.
That's Tasha Delk.
Hey.
I know that's right, sis.
Well, obedience.
Yes.
Obedience. Jesus.
Okay.
I'm telling y'all.
You can support the KCR podcast by sowing stars. This is another way that God is pushing his word into the world. If you are getting a word and you would like to sow into the ministry, please do. Be you, be free, be radical. That's what I'm supposed to say too, right?
Mm-hmm. I got to change it.
It's okay. We're radical. Well, y'all. Okay. So we're going to go into our segment before we bring our special guests. If you don't know, now you know, we do our 2 truths and a lie, very fun and active, just so you guys can know us a little bit better and just to have a little fun in between time. So I think I got something good for y'all today.
I'm nervous.
Okay, y'all ready?
Yep.
Okay. So 2 truths and a lie. I love the color brown. I broke my heels doing the heel toe. Don't make you laughing at me, Maxie. I hear you. I modeled for Target in the past. Oh, I'm using 4 fingers. Lord Jesus, help me. So I love the color brown. I broke my heels doing the heel toe. I modeled for Target in the past. Did I trick y'all this time?
I didn't see you in a lot of brown, sister.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
That's true.
I don't know. You got me on this one.
I don't know, because the heel toes, I do be seeing you dancing, so you might be.
She was trying to do a TikTok. And, yeah.
Oh, crack it up. Anybody else in the audience? Do you guys want to guess? I'll read it again. I love the color brown. I broke my heels doing the heel toe. I've modeled for Target in the past. Which one?
You can't break 2 heels. That's the lie. You said heels. Is it a heel or is it with an S? You said S.
I didn't even think of that. Okay. Holy Spirit, okay?
I'm gonna say that's the lie. I'm gonna go on the limb.
Somebody said the color brown is a lie.
Brown is a lie.
Okay, so how she made your guess?
I'm gonna go with I don't know, because I think the Target one, I think that could be like real.
Rita said the color brown is a lie.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the second one too.
Okay,
I'm gonna go with B, that you broke both of your heels while doing the heel toe.
That's a lie. Well, I have done it again. I tricked you guys.
Which one is it?
I do love the color brown.
I see you in brown.
I knew that was right.
No, okay, so in high school, I used to be fancy and all, so I did wear heels to school, and somebody dared me to do the heel toe in my heels, and I broke them. Had to have my mom bring some other shoes replacement. So that is true. It wasn't recent, but
give it up for model Shantae going to school with her heels on. Stop playing with my sister. Don't play. She's a model out here. Don't play. Okay? Don't play.
But listen, I'm speaking it in the future, being a model for Target, period. I'm gonna model for Target. I hope y'all sponsor me.
Amen. So we manifesting some stuff here on KC.
Period.
All right. I love it.
All right. Do we have a TikTok of the day?
No, we do not.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
You sent it, but I didn't. Hey, y'all bear with me. Your girl is trying to balance things that need to happen in my life.
No, you good, sis. You good. Well, in that case, we're going to bring up our guest, but first I want to give her a little intro. Yes. Brooklyn Mattison is the CEO of HPM, BTM, and BB Media Factory. Brooklyn is known for women advocacy and youth outreach. She is a prayer warrior and intercessor, and you can watch her prayers on Facebook and IG, y'all. She goes crazy. A force to be reckoned with, and clearly a child of God, of the good Lord. Help me welcome Brooklyn Mattison.
Yes.
There go my good sis.
Up to all of that. That was trying to figure out who you was talking about.
Yes, indeed.
Welcome. We're so excited to have you.
Absolutely.
How you feeling, sis?
I am here. I am present. I am trying to praise through my push. So that's how I'm.
Amen. Listen, it's a blessing in that press.
Yes, it is.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, it is. Look, don't come out of your don't come out of your burden without your blessing in your hand.
Hear
me.
Go through this.
Not doing anything for naught.
So,
girl, look, we hear you.
Well, we have after calls. We gonna
look,
for sure.
After party.
The after party.
Oh, it's after party. My bad.
Yes.
We got after calls. No. We have an after party.
It's been a day, guys, but we are here with Brooklyn Mattison.
Yes.
Listen, First of all, I want to say I adore you. I adore your push. I adore everything that you are doing, being a young entrepreneur, loving God boldly.
Mhm.
And like, that's just truly amazing to me. I wish I was like you when I was younger. But tell us a little bit more about you, Brooklyn.
Well, I am 25 years young. I'm out here trying to figure it out for real. By the grace of God, I just make it look good, or I guess the
Mm.
fact don't make it look like I've endured all the things that I've been through. But right now, I'm just trying to figure out what my purpose is. And thank God for LaDena, because she, dropped a little seed in my spirit
Come
earlier
on.
this year. So thank you for that.
Yes, Lord.
Trying to get around villages of people that are going to help me flourish into my purpose, and trying to figure out what God then placed in my spirit and try to get from A to Z. What's that look like? And I'm realizing right now it's not a straight line. It's a zigzag.
Ooh, come
But
on.
I'm
Girl.
trying to use my pain to be my purpose to help other people grow. Transparency is going to cause other people's transformation. So I'm just trying to be the best stewardess that God wants me to be. And it's hard. Sometimes
That's it. Say it. Look, say it. And say it with some conviction, just like you did, sis.
It's hard, and people, trying to be, like you said, my age and doing what I'm doing, it's a fight. I want to be normal. I want to go to the club and stand on the bar and twerk, you know what I'm saying, and get drunk and come home and just have, but I got repercussions to the things that I do. I can go do them things, but I got to get dealt with.
Yes.
So I'm learning that I'm different. I am better.
Oh my God.
And it is hard for me to come to that realization because I got to shed a lot of stuff off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, sis.
That's where I'm at.
I think if I could say this, like, I think Brooklyn is the poster child for a Kingdom Chick being reconstructed. Okay. And the reason I say that is because just having one conversation, I'm telling y'all, one conversation with her, she was like, well, how do I do da 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 da? And I'm like, just do it. Right? Just do it. Because what she's saying is at one point she was kind of like doing everything. And she was like, but when I'm going here, I'm feeling this. It's all a process. So I feel like she is like the poster child of a Kingdom Chick being reconstructed, because I've watched her go through the phases, and now for her to say out of her own mouth, like, there are consequences for me doing those things. Everybody don't have the same consequences that a Kingdom Chick, I'm talking about a real Kingdom Chick.
Right.
Has, right. Yeah. So if you're not that authentic Kingdom Chick, you can still go out there and you can still do those things, and you ain't worried about when you convicted. But a real, authentic, genuine Kingdom Chick that's being made and being processed and being groomed and being prepared for her greatness, she feel that thing. So that feeling, you just can't shake that feeling. So I think this is going to be a real, real good show.
Yes. Sis, break it down to us, like, because a lot of people, they really don't understand, what it truly means to be convicted by the Lord. They think it's just, it's no love to it. It's just like, like human interactions. But can you break it down for us?
I will say that conviction ain't nothing to play with. And it's different when you get sat down, but it's different when you get sat down by God. And that's kind of where I am right now. And it's almost like it's conviction with compassion. It's conviction here, because a parent wouldn't correct you if they didn't care.
That part.
So in the season I am in right now, I'm learning, because at first the conviction was whooping me. I mean, tearing me down. And I'm like, bro, I thought we was cool. Like, why are we beefing like this? Like, real, like, yes. And it was on me. And it started wearing me down. And it started really taking hold of my spirit and just start making me feel like, well, I'm not good enough then. Like, I'm just going to stop trying, because every time I try, I fail, I get convicted. Now I'm learning that the conviction is correction.
Yes.
So in the conviction, a lot of people will feel like it's a self-inflicted thing. Like, it's a them thing. Like God ain't got nothing else better to do.
Right. Sorry.
But that conviction is so that God can protect you from yourself, or he can direct you so you can do what you need to do, so you can become what you need to be. God is not going to take his time molding something that he doesn't take glory in. You understand what I'm saying? So I know be on that other side, like, Jesus, listen, you could let up off me, but it's a blessing to have God on you, because when he leaves, he's be on the wayside, but he's not gonna come back to you and invite him. So that
talk about it.
That conviction is the greatest thing that you can have over your life. That means he care enough to correct you, because he can, for sure. And that's a place you do not want to be. I have been there. It's not a place.
That's good.
I'd rather be a lot of places except for there.
Yes, sis. So that you're just basically telling me that like first of all, a lot of people need to understand that the process is not easy, but it's necessary. And God is the type of God is just gonna do what he got to do with you so he can get you where you need to be. And I think that's powerful, and I know that you're gonna have a beautiful testimony after all this is come to pass, sis.
Thank you. I'm just glad that it didn't kill me. So whatever it was, it's not killing me. And I'm learning that the beautiful part is the journey, because by the time I finally attest to all the things that I wanted and all the things that he's placed in my heart, and I get to that point at the top and I look down, I'm just here, but I didn't really gain nothing, and I don't want to be there. You know how many people like, oh, I can't wait to do this. I can't wait to be here. I can't wait to be this person. But you're not living in the midst of that. And I was that person. But the beautiful part is being able to live. One day I'm not going to be here. One day I'm not going to be able to enjoy the journey and the process. Like, when I tell you, I'm not even going to say I'm going through hell, because my circumstances don't determine my joy. But in the world, it will look like I'm going through hell. That's the beauty of knowing that every day I wake up like I got God. You know what I'm saying? Like, he still got me. I still got more to learn. This is my journey.
Yeah.
And I used to want it, immediately. And that was crazy. I just talked to a guy earlier, and he decided to become my mentor, and he's doing what I'm trying to do with my women's foundation. And he says, I'm me. He says, I'm you in 12 years. He said, I just want not gonna happen overnight.
Wow.
And I was like, oof. And he's like, if you stay consistent and start where you are, when I was your age, I was you. I'm showing you everything that's in alignment for you in 12 years. And in my head, that sounded like 48,000 years, but that's, I'm only 25, but in my head, I'm in a microwave society, but God don't work on time.
Right.
So, guys, it's going to take time, but I'm glad I still got it, because some people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
that's good.
Man, I mean, it's crazy knowing people that we done lost. I'm growing up and losing people I went to school with. They don't have time no more. God still see fit the time in me, so I'm taking advantage of my process. So
that's powerful, sis. Well, I also, because you're 25, and because a lot of people like to say but and you have put on several seminars, powerful seminars. You have been in the community, and you have also been helping the youth and communicating with the youth and having that connection with them. And from what I know, I heard the kids love you first and foremost. And I haven't heard anybody say anything negative about Brooklyn Mattison, because you are such a sweetheart. So please tell our audience the things that you have done as far as in projects and the different things that God has pushed you out to do despite of everything.
Well, my very first event last year when I first launched was a women's seminar. And it's even funnier because God really just be guiding. He really just doing stuff. I initially had a partner. And this is why I be telling people, when y'all say equally yoked, it goes so much deeper than a relationship. I was in an unequally yoked partnership.
Come on.
And I thank God that I was able to shake that off and cut off that tail before it grew anything else, because it would out. We were in it for two different reasons. So by God, we were able to host that event. And I learned so much from that. It was an entrepreneur empowerment seminar. That was the first one. It was so ghetto, but it was still impactful. I mean, I'm telling you, it was so ghetto. I had like envelopes. I had little writings on the wall, taped to the wall in a line. It was ghetto as hell. It started like 2 hours late. It was terrible.
Yeah.
But talked about like it was still good. They came and got what they needed. So I said, okay, I'm not going to give up yet. So then after that, I did a sip and write. And that was eye-opening for me. I had published a book on Barnes & Noble. I published a book in a journal, and it was an intimate group. And in my head, the one thing that I kept trying to tell myself was quality over quantity.
Yes.
You can build your own, but you don't have no impact. So yes. I think I had about 12 women. And this is one event where I was upside down. I put more in than I got. But that was okay for me. Because all the women there, it created an atmosphere where those women left and then became friends. They became connected. You know, they became sisters with who they met. And we talked about relationships, self-confidence, self-worth, affirmations, finding themselves. So that was another one. I came back. I launched in January, and that's when I started doing Planning for Purpose, teaching people how do you start with your purpose. We did prayer vision boards. I had a panelist of speakers. It was a free event. I was able to host it for free. Partnered with her name is Marisol Wilson out here at the gym. It was beautiful. It was all different ethnicities, ages. People came with their moms. It was great. I was able to do food. It was dope. But that event was to show women. People are always like, find your purpose, but no one tells you how to get there.
That part.
Get there. No one helps you through it once you find it, because it's one and done.
Yes. Talk about it.
I know my purpose, but I'm still trying to
navigate.
You feel me? So
you gotta navigate.
That's what that was. Then I came back. My next one was I had like smaller things. So I had some stuff with Alice. I partner. So my thing is I like to partner because I feel like we're better together. I can't read. I don't want to. Yeah. I'm not. So our slogan is cultivating connections, not competition.
That's good. That's real good.
You feel me? So we all do it together.
Yes.
I had some smaller things throughout the year, like fitness forums. Me and Alice did yoga, all types of stuff. And then another big one was the annual seminar, which almost took me out and sent me back to the Lord. But it got done. I swear.
You did an amazing job.
I set the whole thing up on a Saturday. I had some music going. It was nothing but the grace of God because I was so tired.
You remember this? Look, I've been trying to water it. Me and my daughter named it Sasha. We kept.
Is he alive?
Yeah, I forgot about her, but yeah, we
forgot about her.
we still kept her.
Well, maybe put him up in a windowsill or something. Let him get some vitamin D, something. You know, he only get about 7 hours of sun.
Okay.
That's one of the plants from the seminar. I partnered with Buena Vista. They was so kind enough. They gave me like 50 plants for free to raffle. But I had the women's seminar in June. Panelists and speakers, Tiffany Peppers, Ari Williams, Demisha Burke, like all of these wonderful women. About 120 people in the building, 20 women-owned vendors. It was amazing. And we talked about prayer, planning, and purpose. And I wanted to keep reiterating that so you can figure out how to plan once you find your purpose, and then how important prayer is to keep it. Right. Then after that, the most recent one I did was the Free Hair Expo. I partnered with Shayla Gaydon, and we knocked that out the park. I tell you one thing. I'm going to have to get security next time. The event started at 10. People was there at 8 o'clock.
Shut up. That was amazing, though. That was amazing.
The best reward, because we did it for free. Everything was free. The best reward was watching them kids get up out them chairs. Like they went from to. I said, I know that's right. Because let me get a little something too. I'll be right there with you. It was just amazing to see how all of the girls, you know how Lake County is. Everyone want to be like this, but it was like just for that moment, all day they was like this, and I was like, that's what this is about. You know what I'm saying? And they all older than me. Everyone in the room mostly was older than me. I think it was like 2 or 3 girls my age doing hair, but everyone that's had vices with each other, they was all able to come together and show community for them kids. And man, I can't even. It was a wonderful sight to see. Like, to be able to, you know what I'm saying, make something like that. I always hear a lot of pushback. Like when I got started, someone told me do that women's thing. It's already enough people out here doing that. I said that's fine, but they not me. Period. So I
say that again. They not you.
And I'm trying to tell myself, while I'm convincing them, I'm trying to convince myself. Because don't get me wrong, I'm in the spirit, but that flesh still fleshing. It's still there. You know what I'm saying? So just trying to still fight past that. But those are a few of my accolades. But my biggest ones is just being Brooklyn a mentor, for real, for real.
In Brooklyn, like listening to everything that you have done, that's all because of your obedience. That starts with being obedient and just doing it. You know what I mean?
I don't be wanting to. When I tell God no, he laughs. Like, I wish y'all could hear our conversations, because I don't know about y'all, but my God be cussing me out. He checks me. You can't parent all your kids the same. And I'm firm go stand on that. Why you talk to God like that? Mind your business. I'm gonna tell you how he tell me, because that's
that
how he
part. Yes.
Because I'm hard.
I agree. He parents everybody different. Like, and that's the one good thing that I could say about like this generation. Y'all really have your own way of doing things, and that's why I love it. I love talking to y'all. I love telling y'all, like, look, y'all be you. Like, it's, for me, it's all about y'all going through y'all process. Like, when I look at, we didn't have social media. We didn't have, cameras and on phones. Listen, if it was cameras back in the day when I was out in the streets, listen, I would be embarrassed. Like, who?
You said no go.
You feel me? Like, it wouldn't be, I wouldn't know what to do. You feel me?
Yeah.
Even some of my Facebook memories, I'd be like, yo, like, that was me. Like, what? But at the end of the day, like, it's a process. If he could do it for us and change us, he can do it for anybody. He can do it for y'all just the same way. That's why when people come after, like, people used to come at me about my kids, like, yo, take your mouth up off my kids. Because listen, just as I was, God had to deal with me. He had to process me. I had to go through some things in order to get to where he had me to go. My kids gonna do the same thing. This generation is gonna do the same thing. Y'all better be careful of putting your mouth on these young people, because guess what? They'll be the one to choose your medical plan. Okay, when you old and gray. For real. Like, it's that serious, and I don't think people understand that.
Yeah. She said, mind your business. Real talk.
We have our number one top fan here saying, are we taking questions today? By all means. Of course.
You know that.
Always taking questions.
You know that already.
Yes.
He knows that.
I just want to say to you, Brooklyn, that it's inspiring just to, hear all the things that you've done and have participated in. And even when you talked about like one of the events where you were upside down in, where you put more in than you actually got out from it. That's just even inspiring to hear, because there was an event that I did. I was like totally upside down in it, just with purchasing the Airbnb, and I didn't go through with it, but I know that was something that God had placed on my heart. So I just want to say, like, thank you for, following through with that obedience, making sure that even if it doesn't look the way that you expect it to, that you're allowing that process to happen. Because a lot of times, and I was listening to something, I believe earlier today, I don't know when it was, but I was listening to something that talked about the things that we ask for in prayer. God may give it to us, but it may not be packaged the way that we think it should be packaged, right? And then the enemy will do the same thing, but he'll package it with everything that glitters and everything that's gold. So it's just like what you said, was from that event that you did, there was some relationships that were built from that. It may not have looked like what you wanted it to look like, but it was packaged the way that it needed to be packaged with everything that came from it. And not only that, but the encouragement for, I'm sorry, y'all, my baby up here.
You good.
even just the way that you continue to go, because had you given up, you may not have done the next thing. You may not have went forward, to do that. Those women would not have been connected the way that they were connected, because you remained faithful and steadfast in it. So I just want to say that encouraged me a lot. And then also something else that you talked about is like the process. Like God definitely works through processes. It's not gonna be, I just made a video the other day talking about how Journey, relax, girl. I just made a video the other day. It's like the vision and the person that God says that you are, or the person that you see. You're not that person that's in the vision. You have to be processed to become that person that's in the vision. So everything that you experience and everything that you go through is necessary. It's like, right now I'm reading about like gifts and everything. So this is just it's so amazing just to kind of like be having this conversation, because it's bringing so many things together for me, and it's just exciting to hear everything. But I'm learning about the gifts and things, and it's like it's so amazing how your gifts are tied to your purpose. But like you said, nobody teaches you how to get there. You're just going through this life and just going through things. So I just really appreciate this conversation. I appreciate you, Brooklyn, everything that you're doing for the community. The question that I have is like, how can we be of assistance to you? How can we help you?
I just want to say thank you for that. That is all three of y'all have equally poured into my little old spirit. Thank God for humility, because one thing I am horrible at doing is taking compliments and whatever you want to call it. But I want to say thank you, because I just sit there like, and in reality, I'm realizing like, I can't disown God, because I'm just a stewardess. I'm just a vessel.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said, that obedience, and that's something that I'm still working on. So thank you. And I pray that like whatever it is that you need, you got any questions in between time, off camera, hit me. Like I will more than happily help you with your events and figure it out, so we can partner or help how I can help you. I will let y'all know how y'all can help me off live.
Amen. Amen. We got a couple questions. I don't want to miss these questions.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Shantae. Sorry.
Rita, our good sis Rita has said, what are 3 ways to find your purpose?
So I will begin by figuring out who you define yourself to be. And then I would figure out who God says you to be. When you make those 2 lists, mirror them. And whatever doesn't mirror who God says you to be, you go back to work on that. You figure out, why is it that I originally see myself this way? Another thing I did was discover my gifts. Being somebody that was multifaceted, I tried to really sit down and figure out, like, why would God give me all of the ability to do all these things, what I'm supposed to be doing? And I stretched myself out so thin that I couldn't do nothing. So I don't want you to make that same mistake. Figure out your gifts. Figure out the things that you would do if no one paid you. If your only payment would be the reward and bringing joy to God's heart. That will really show you, because God gives you everything you already need. It's already inside for you to discover it. So it's going to take a lot of, I don't want to say shadow work, but it's going to take a lot of self digging down. You got to dig down. You don't have to grow up. You got to grow down.
Dig.
Because the tree can't stand without good foundation. So you got to.
Come on.
Another thing I would do, find your purpose. You got to let some stuff go. I think the biggest thing for me while I was discovering my purpose, I had all these things, these visions in my head of who I expected myself to be. But I had to really take away from that and figure out who God expects me to be. I had to literally let myself die again, because I'm not that person. I'm not who I thought Brooklyn was going to be at 25. And that's another grieving process. But in that grieving process, God will reveal to you healing, but he will also reveal clear to you what you need to be doing. You got to let stuff go. You can't receive with a closed hand. You understand what I'm saying? So It's like that meme with the baby girl. She had a teddy bear, a small teddy bear, and she didn't want to let it go. But God got this big old bear behind him, and he like, if you just let go, he can't give you nothing if he not gonna let go. He not gonna build on a rocky foundation. So you got to be willing to do the work.
That's so good.
That's it.
So
My husband he's going crazy.
all right, one more question.
Ugh, girl, he said, how do you keep going despite the negative bias tied to your youth and your inexperience?
God, I ain't gonna lie, because I feel like I'm very transparent with like most of my struggles. I struggle with, I don't even want to claim it because I don't even want that spirit on my life. But in reality, I've dealt with the suicidal thoughts and the depression and the anxiety and I'm not good at dealing with the mass of lack. Like, and those I had dealt with in myself. But the reason that makes me want to keep going is because I want to be a me to them that I needed. In foster care, I done been adopted. I done lost my parent. Like, I done really been through some things that could have killed me. I didn't have that really, I should not be sitting here. 36 sleeping pills is crazy. I shouldn't be sitting here. And to know that I'm still here for a reason, it would be selfish of me not to do my purpose. And now I'm stopping somebody else from theirs. So sometimes I'll be really having to remember that it's bigger than me. Like, I'm literally just here to do what he need me to do.
That's it. That's good.
Anybody else in the world. Hell, if I don't listen, he can use anybody else in the world.
Absolutely.
So knowing that my life is, what that song say? My life is not my own.
Not my own. Yep. Yeah.
That's good.
That's deep. Let me. I don't know if y'all catching all these jewels, but y'all might. Y'all might want to share this and then go back and replay the replay so you can catch all these jewels, because the collection plate definitely needs to go around one time. Because she didn't drop so many jewels. And as I'm listening to you, Brooklyn, all I hear is purpose. Like, all I hear is purpose. You're operating in your purpose and you're doing it in the way that God created you to do it. Like, everybody feels like when they identify their purpose that they're supposed to all of a sudden become like this person, right? Yeah. This person, and some people become this holier than thou person, right? But the point of purpose is to show you who you are in God, show you who you never thought that you could be or would be, but to also allow you to never forget how far he brought you. Okay. And with that being said, you've already shared a lot of the things, that you have endured. How do you take everything that you've been through in those days, in those times where you feel like, I don't want to do this no more? Because let me be clear, y'all. And she gonna tell you. Everybody that's operating in any type of ministry at any type of level, okay, has said at one point in time or another, hey, I don't know about this.
Yep.
So when you get to that place, like, how do you handle that? Or a runner, yes, Rita, or a runner, yes, ma'am.
It's more like, listen, I thought I was fast till I realized I was running from Jesus. I don't handle myself, he handled me. Because, like I said, if I don't do what I'm supposed to do, if I was to die, other people would have died with me. And when them days come and I be in this house, like, I do it right now. He'd be like, no, you won't. I'm like, yes, I will. He'd be like, no, you won't. And it literally be a battle. But I'm fighting a fight that I'm not going to win. That'd be the funny part. But I've learned to feel my feelings and not let them feed my faith.
Come on, Brooklyn. Watch it. Watch it.
January, Brooklyn. And what's this month? October, Brooklyn. Because you asked me this in January, I'd be like, man, I don't care what he's talking about. I'm finna go get drunk. Like, but now he really dealing with me in some areas. And I know I'm not who I used to be. Like my parents, my godparents, both in recovery, and they always say, I can't go to places I used to go. I'm not used to be. I can't do the things that I used to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really where I am right now when I feel myself getting into the moments. And I have to just allow myself to be okay with that because it's just, but I also know that whatever I feed is going to grow.
Right.
Whatever I starve is going to die. So I now get in the moments, I try to get in my word. My Bible's sitting right on the table. I've been watching 17 sermons today. I didn't try to keep affirmations all throughout my house and people on speed dial I can call when I'm having a moment. So trying to keep myself accountable is hard. Because I promise you, I'll be wanting to be like, bro, get somebody else to do it. I'm tired. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. It looked good, but just because I'm on the front line don't mean I'm not getting hit.
You better tell me.
I'm taking all the hits.
Mm-hmm.
I got y'all over here. Y'all good, but they talking about me. And if you're not strong in yourself, I used to be why they don't like me? They don't like me. I'm this. Let me try to fix this. But that come from childhood trauma of trying to be a people. But who God made me is not to be a people pleaser. I'm supposed to be so I say all that to say that in them moments when I want to give up, I know I can't.
Yeah.
And I'm struggling with that even in this moment. How you gonna get there? This just happened, and it's supposed to set you back. Now you got to focus on that. But I'm finding peace in where I am right now, knowing it's going to happen, and that's that time. God will give you preparation time, and that's what this is for me right now. So in that stagnant moment where it looked like nothing happened and I want to give up, that's my time for preparation.
I love it.
Absolutely. That's so good. Girl, when I say you was dropping so
many jewels,
some wisdom right now. I mean, it's just so good because I was having a conversation with my husband the other day about like people your age in doing things. I'm like, I just wish that I was doing more at this, at 25. And so it's like to hear you it's just so encouraging, girl. When I say you dropping stuff, but one thing I do want to say is like we have to fall in love with the process. We have to fall in love with the process. We have Journey.
She all right?
Girl, she is okay. She is so full of drama right now.
Look at me on this camera.
She's like, you gonna pay attention to me.
She is faking. I
am a kingdom chick.
Jesus,
okay,
help us right now. But I just want to say, like, you have to fall in love with the process because God is going to continue to process you. Journey, stop. God is going to continue.
We are a family show, okay?
We are.
Y'all know how we be at church and you got to grab somebody, baby. Don't try to play us. Don't play with us.
Don't even. No condemnation.
Girl, but it's just good to hear like you're going through the process. And a lot of times it's not easy. It don't look good when you're going through it. But I was just saying the other day, it's like we gotta be grateful that we don't look like what we're going through.
Yes.
So keeping your face and your eyes stayed on God is really how you continue to get through the process. All right, y'all, I'm a mute.
No, it's okay.
That's my cue.
So what you said, Tasha, that's so good because it's like the enemy expect for you to look your worst. But that's how you know God is present and God is there when you going through whatever and you do not look like it. Can't nobody guess what you're going through. So that God is really good for that. Definitely.
I want to go back into, I know you say you are a mentor. How do you handle mentoring young ladies? Like what's the one thing that you make sure that you instill in our young ladies as you are mentoring them? Because I know mentoring is hard because, everybody comes from different places. Everybody has different circumstances. And, some our young people go through a whole lot. More than I could have ever imagined them going through. Like, what are the prime things that you make sure that you instill in our young ladies?
Value, self-respect, being able to know who you are. I always tell them, you ain't got to walk like them. You ain't got to talk like them. You don't have to be like them. Who are you? And I like working with like them 16, 18-year-olds because I can be raw with you. I don't have to sugarcoat with you. You want to be grown? I'm going to show you what it looked like to be grown. I'm going to show you why you think you want to be grown. And I think the best thing for me about being a mentor is that I'm not going to tell you nothing I don't know.
That part.
I've been through it. The only difference is I just don't look like it and it didn't kill me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to tell you nothing wrong. But if you want to keep touching that stove after I told you it's hot, don't be surprised when you keep getting burned. I was that kid. So that's I've alleviated myself to start giving more grace. Because I is to be in that moment. You can't tell me nothing. Okay, well, I'll be here when you go over there and I tell you that it's hot and you burn yourself and you'll be back.
Absolutely.
Just like God do me for real.
Absolutely.
So I think the one thing I want them to know is value.
Mm-hmm.
That self-respect and just solidifying knowing who you are.
Yeah.
You just take that time to get to know you. You know, just because you're young don't mean you got all this time. That's an illusion.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Good. That's good. It's amazing just to like hear you say, you know, it takes time. We live in a microwavable society, you know, where everybody want everything quick. Like, you know, the best thing about it is when you can understand it. You know, a lot of people out here don't understand what this process looks like. You have a mentor in your life that said, hey, I'm you in 12 years, you know. How has it been to lose those as I call it, those leaves off those trees that don't belong?
Yes, ma'am. That was my question.
What was that process like? Because I know on this journey, you know, people are there for a season, people are there for a lifetime, some people are there just for a day. But in this journey, you have to lose people, and you know, it's a lot of people may think it's cliche to say, hey, everybody can't go, but it's really real. It's one of the realest statements, you know, that you will experience when you're on your journey, going through your process. You will lose some people, and everybody can't go with you. And sometimes we try to pull people along with us. So how has your experience been, you know, in losing those leaves?
Let me get comfortable real quick. I'm gonna say something, y'all gonna be mad, but it hurt like hell. But the only reason because it hurt is because of my expectations. And that's because I expected. I actually had a friend break it down to me. She said, your problem is you be trying to take everybody with you. You're not Jesus. And I looked at her like, I don't want to be Jesus. She said, everything you're trying to do is mirroring what you're not supposed to be doing. And I'm the type of friend, I want to put everybody on. Bet I got this coming up. I'm trying to put you on. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. But I had to really realize that people are not my assignment. The people that I be trying to my assignment, and I'd be hurting myself by taking on more than what I was ever supposed to do. But I will say I have lost a good amount of friends, I guess. But the ones I was supposed to be yoked back with came back. Like I had lost a 10-year friendship, but it was literally over because we had both being brats. And I knew God was going to bring that back whenever we was ready. Now we great. But I have lost friendships that in those times I look back and I thank God that I lost them because I was a different person. I was doing different things. I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing. I allowed myself to fall behind. And I'm talking about just a couple months ago, like real recent, like June, July, August. God was clean house. And that's why people be like, Lord, remove anything that no longer suits me, or no longer serves you in my life. Let me tell you something. When you pray that prayer, just like you pray any other prayer, you better expect for it to get done. And just like how Tasha was saying earlier, we ask for stuff and it's not packaged the way we think it's going to be packaged. God ain't Amazon. You can't pray for something and then tell him how to give it to you.
Right.
So I'm praying all of these profound prayers, expecting for situations to start opening up, doors to start opening up, and things to be removed from my life. Lord and behold, I'm not thinking he moving people. I'm thinking I'm calling you my friend, my confidant. And I mean, I'm getting stabbed in the back, like they running behind me, telling my business, telling everything. And I mean, my feelings was really hurt. I was trying to tell my boyfriend, he was like, you'll be fine. Like, it's okay. And I felt so bad because he was trying to console me, but I'm such a that people pleaser spirit. And then I had got to a point one day I said, I do not care. I had to just come to terms with, like you said, everyone can't go. And it's a problem if you get to a point and everyone you started with is still there.
Come on, say it again one more time for the people way up top in the stadium. We in the stadium. We manifested. We're gonna be in the stadium for the people up top in them 200 seats. Tell them.
Listen, if you get to the point where God has you and all the people that you started with is still there, it's a problem. God has people in your life for a reason. When everyone starts to understand that we align with each other based off of each other's purposes, it's almost like God uses us for each other. And when okay, bet, here you go on to the next assignment, here you go on to the next person, here you go on to the next environment. And when you don't let go of stuff, you'll never receive what's next. I was stagnant based on who I was connected to.
Jesus.
And I think the beautiful part of that is that I'm learning to trust myself, but also trust God. Because he took out people he knew I would confide in a time period of my life that would have came back and bit me. And he heard conversations. When I tell you, they say, "Can I hear conversations you didn't?" No, he really heard conversations that I would have never heard had it not hadn't removed them out of my life. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you it didn't hurt. It hurt like all get out. But I know that pain is not going to ever compare to the joy of being able to do what I was supposed to do had he not removed them people out of my life. It's a process of life, just like a tree. They all have their seasons. Every leaf cannot stay.
Absolutely.
I'm through. Yes, indeed.
We got James in the building real quick. I just want to shout them out from Liberia.
Welcome, James. Thank you for joining us.
What's up, y'all? I did want to say that when you find your purpose and when you're discovering your purpose, just because you know it or you're in the process of knowing, or even if you haven't begun to figure out what it is, the enemy already knows. And if you don't allow yourself to stay fruitful in the spirit and stay concise with God, and I'm just telling you from my experience, because I didn't waver. I didn't have moments like, do I really mess with God for real? Like, are we here? And that just comes with being a Christian. It's hard to believe in what you can't see and what you can't understand. So I don't want nobody to ever fault themselves for that. But I want you to know on that threshold of trying to figure out who you are, that the enemy is going to be attacking you twice as hard. He's either going to try to get in front of you to detour you, or he's going to place something in front of you that feels good to distract you. And I want people to know that while you're trying to do God's will, make sure that you're not playing into the enemy's hand, because he will use you in ways that you think might feel good, but that's not really what you're supposed to be doing. He's smart. I will give him that. He's smart, but he's not smarter.
We was just talking about that. We was just saying he's crafty, but he's not craftier than God, you know. And we gotta make sure that we stay in that position to understand that, because the enemy is full of tricks. He's full of schemes. He's full of plots, and he uses the same things. Like you were talking about going back to familiar. That's why it's so important for us to not go back to those familiar places, because the enemy uses the same things.
Yes, he does.
All the time in different ways. And you just gotta know, like, he not gonna stop trying. He not gonna stop trying. But you just gotta know that he gonna come, but he gonna come in a different way.
Yes.
And it's so crazy that you say that, because now I'm getting revelation. When you master this thing at this lower level, and when you get up there with them other demons, you'll know how to manage properly and how to execute them.
Yeah.
So that makes it. I'm sorry, I had revelation. I'm sorry.
No, you good. Because people think like the more glory, or I don't even want to say glory, because that's not what I do it for. You know what I'm saying? That's not what we do it for. This is for him. And that's another thing I want to point out. As a leadership position, this ain't never you. If God calls you to the front line to do something, this ain't never you. Don't ever think that the position that you in, you can't be taken away just as quick as it was given to you.
Talk about it.
Not your glory, that's for his glory. And the enemy will really get in people and make it seem as though this for me, I did this. That's why you never hear. I had people commending me at the seminar, and the whole day I'm like, it wasn't me, it was God. Until Tiffany was like, you can give yourself some credit. She literally was like, you can give yourself some credit. Like, you did do what you were supposed to do, and God was able to move and work through you as he needed to. You know what I'm saying?
When we're obedient, that's what it is. When you're obedient to the assignment, when he gives you the assignment and you tell him yes, and you move in the assignment and fulfill the assignment, you did what you were supposed to do. So therefore he gets the glory, but he still used Brooklyn as the vessel. The vessel has to be willing, right? You have to be a willing vessel. You can't be a vessel that says no. So you did something. You were the willing vessel.
But my biggest thing is that I never want to become too big-headed. And I think I always shrunk myself down. Like, nah, it's okay. Like, I did okay. Like, it was all right. But I know God made me to be great. And that's why I need people to really use their spirit of discernment. When you get your purpose, it might be beyond your wildest dreams. I promise to God, what I'm doing right now was not on my checkbook list for 25. I want a lawyer. Child, I wanted to be like Olivia Pope. Like, that was my girl. That's my show. I'm not sleeping with the president, though. But I just had all of these dreams and aspirations to be in a different point in my life, to be doing a different purpose. But I know this purpose is going to be greater than anything I can even imagine in this current moment. Mm-hmm. Don't allow the enemy to use your purpose for your pain again. Because if you do, you'll get set back. Get pushed back. God only gives us how much he trusts us with at that moment.
You better talk about it.
It's just, I don't know, man, because I've seen it. I've seen the purpose go to people's head. I get pushed into the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? And now it's me. And it breaks my heart, because you can be so great if you would just get back centered with who it is that really gave you that purpose.
You know what?
I just said, listen, I told Shonta today, I said, some people can be so anointed but have no clue of the anointing that they have, because they don't know the purpose that God has placed in them. They don't understand it. So you get in that place. And like you said, we never arrive. Like, if I arrive, it means that I'm being called home. Okay. That means that I've done everything that I'm supposed to do. If I take the notion to feel like I've arrived, my apostle always says, if it's always me, run. If it's always I run, if somebody's always, talking about what they do, run. Our biggest flex is to be obedient to God. That's our biggest flex, because guess what? In the end, I want my biggest flex to be that God got all the glory from every single thing that I did in my life. I want God to get all the glory for every person that I coach, for every person that I, pray for every, sermon that I want him to get the glory. It doesn't come, through me without him. It don't come through me without him.
That part.
So the glory goes straight to him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Speaking of the glory, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord, for blessing Tashina Wells. She has given us stars. I think this is our first stars, y'all.
Hallelujah.
Oh, snap.
Hallelujah.
Blessings to you, sis. Blessings to your obedience.
Thank you.
Yes,
Right
I'm
now,
excited about that.
Hey, right now.
Yes. Hey, Miss Right Now. Who had a question? You had a question, Tasha?
I said our final question.
Yep, final question.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, Brooklyn, what we do every time we have a guest, we love to ask our guests, how has God reconstructed your life so far for what you know right now?
I will say that I can say this confidently in my spirit, because I wrestle wrestled with it for the last 4 months was I'm in a new relationship. And I won't say I kept it secret, but I did keep it private. I had been in a very abusive and toxic relationship for 6 years when I got out of high school, like while I was in high school, up until I was like about 20, 21. And I was so traumatized from that relationship. It's almost not even funny, but I can laugh at it now because it didn't kill me. I really thought I was going to die in that relationship. But I'm now in a healthy relationship, and God is trying to show me what that looks like. And he's and I thank God for him, because I don't even think he really know how much he's doing in my life, but he's reconstructing my mindset. And it's taken a lot, because I'm hard. Good. Like I'm a force to be reckoned with. But now I'm learning how to be a woman to a man. I'm learning
soft season Brooklyn. Come on.
Hurt so bad. Like, what you mean? Yes, all the time. Or he'll tell me no when I need to be told no. Or, and he teaches me patience and how to be kind and learning how to deal with things than I used to. It's really changing my mindset about a lot of things. And I think it's even funnier because God is using him to reconstruct the things that I used to do, the things that I used to think, how I always used to just want to cuss somebody out and just always jump to a conclusion. I'm dealing with a man now, so I can't do all the things that I used to do, which means I can't be who I used to be.
There you go.
No, you didn't just cut.
Oh, that's true. Did it unfreeze? Somebody call it.
You good, sis.
But yeah, that's
you were speaking good. You were speaking good.
That's good. To have somebody in your corner that will reconstruct your mindset, not your mind, your mindset. It's the way that you have thought and the things that you have conditioned yourself to think. That's big. That's big right there.
Definitely. It is. That's really good. And it reminds, I know I'm going real Bible with this right now, but it reminds me of when Moses was, leading the captives into their promised land, leaving, and how God had told him, first he told him to strike the rock to make water come forth, because they were so used to such an abusive type of environment. And then when later on in the Bible, when they got thirsty again throughout their travelings, and they got thirsty again, and God told Moses to speak to the rock, showing his authority in a different way, that you don't have to be struck in a way, that he doesn't have to use force to make something to make something cooperate or make somebody do something. You could just merely speak to it. And so this is just, it was meant to reconstruct them and how they receive the love, and knowing that you don't have to be in an abusive thing, that you can be in something where somebody can just speak to you and talk to you, and it gives you the same thing. But that's why Moses ended up not making it into the promised land, because he struck the rock. He didn't speak to it. He struck it. So God was trying to shift their mindset and shift it. So the way that your boyfriend, the relationship that you're in, he's graced to see you through this season in your life. And so I know you talked about earlier about being receptive and receiving things. So I just want to say to you, Brooklyn, that you have to receive what it is that God has for you. You have to be okay with receiving the affirmations and the different type of love that God is trying to bring into your life. So I just want to say that you got to be able to receive, baby. Hey.
And if I'm not mistaken, I believe Tasha is coming from a point of view, because you guys shared a similar background history, is in a way, a little bit. So that is amazing. And I'm very honored to have you here. I'm so honored to have you.
Absolutely.
Here.
I feel like
listen, this was, I told you, like, when I tell you, I kid you not, I feel like your story and your process and how you're moving in your journey right now, you are the poster child, for a Kingdom Chick being reconstructed, it's just a process, you know. And I love watching your process.
She do it so gracefully.
Like yeah, you know,
but she do it so gracefully.
And it's crazy because I always remember our conversation, and I'm just like, go sis, go. You know, like I'm like, get it. I see you doing it. I want you to keep doing it. And I'm so excited to see where God is about to take you, because I know this is, you know, bigger than anything, you know, that we probably have saw for you. You know, God has something huge in store. So it's just amazing to see your journey and to see that, you know, young ladies are going through this process and enduring this process. You will pave the way for many other young ladies to understand that this process is what it is, right? You'll be able to one day tell somebody, look, hey, just be who you are, and let the process take its place. So I appreciate you for coming, sis. I'm glad we got you on here.
Thank you.
Listen, what I need you to do us a favor, though. I need you to tell Pastor Tiffany we shout her out. We need her on this show. I didn't reach out. Tell Pastor Tiffany now. We need her on here.
A very, very busy lady. I would.
I know she is.
I do some of her background stuff. I tell you something, man. That's a busy lady.
I know she is. I know she is. Yes, Lord.
Before we let you go, what can we be expecting from you? And also, where can we find you on all social media platforms and everything in that nature?
Next thing you can expect, I am praying to partner with Vavi. We're going to have a relationship panel. It's going to be called Love, Lust, or Lost. Right now, we're just finalizing the details. That'll be coming up sometime in November. Okay. And then have a Beauties with Brains brunch sometime in December for our finalization of planning for purpose. And that'll be another surprise guest partnership. So
I love it. Listen, don't be surprised. I'm gonna pop in one of these. I'm popping in. I'm flying in. I'm coming in.
Listen, come on in. It's enough room. Y'all can find me on TikTok and Instagram at book.with.brook. Why I got all them dots is because they wouldn't make my name one. So the dot in between each word, if that makes sense. Yes. And then is my name on Facebook, Brooklyn Mattison. But yeah.
Period. Well, thank you again for joining us this evening, everybody. Y'all know where to reach her at. Phenomenal lady. Make sure that y'all support her by any means necessary. Try to figure it out because she's doing amazing things and she is being obedient overall, being obedient. So before we go, we do have a commercial, right? Or
it's just wanted to let y'all know about the Renew Your Mind prayer call every morning at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be praying on Thursday. We are praying every single day in the month of October. So we started out doing a fasting and prayer for only 8 days. We extended it for the entire month. We got some heavy hitters on here. Shout out to my sister Diana A. Watley and my sister Tone Smith for actually putting this together. I really appreciate both of them. They have poured so much into my life. So it's only right that I would be able to be on this prayer call. So if y'all are up at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which will be 5 a.m. Central Standard Time for you guys, please join us. It has been a blessing. We have really broken some chains, destroyed some yokes on this call. So please join us. Shantae also has a prayer line that you can join too. Shantae, go ahead and tell them about your prayer line.
We don't have one.
Oh.
We don't have one, actually. We're actually in reconstruction with that.
Okay. Well, if you need
whatever God is saying.
Look, if you need another prayer line to hit up on Saturdays at 6 p.m., Fishers of Men International Christian Ministries, which is my home church, we do a prayer line every Saturday at 6 p.m. Come on and join us. You can find the information on my page. Listen, prayer, and more prayer is what we need in this season. There is so much happening. There's so much going on. Everyone needs prayer. So you're more than welcome to be my guest at either one of the prayer lines if you choose. As always, we love you guys. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, guys. See you next time. Bye.